Okay, so we have cured another layer. And now I've got my beech and my phlox cured. Looking good. And again, the final product that comes out of it is something like this. So again, this is just a technique that I found works. People seem to really like the pieces. So now I have to decide what's next. And you can leave it as simple as this, or you can add a little bit more to it. I love the way the Queen Anne's lace I dyed came out. So I'm going to add a tiny bit up at the top. But again, you have to do another layer of glue, so to speak, but it's not glue, it's UV in this case. The reason this wouldn't be as good with resin that would dry, that you mix like part A with part B, is because then you're doing it forever. This takes a long time as it is, but that has to cure overnight. And before I do each layer, because I want this sort of dimensional effect, and then you'd be doing this for days and days and days. This already takes me, by the time I'm done with the entire piece, including the wire wrapping, 2 to 3 hours by the time you're done. Each piece is, minimum of an hour, usually 1 to 3, depending on the size and what I'm going to do to the design. So let's zoom in a little bit here. What I'm going to be doing is adding in some Queen Anne that I have pressed and dried. I love the way Queen Anne's lace comes out. And I have this blue. Oh, I think I have 2 pieces. We don't want 2. We just want 1. Okay. See that? It's got a couple different tones on there. It's got purplish and a blue. And if you saw this phlox in person, it is very light whitish cream with a purpley lavender hue to it, and I think this will look really nice once it's just in the background. Remember, we're working backwards, so to speak, or upside down. What you're going to see when you have it on you is going to be coming from the other side. So I'm going to put in a couple more pieces. I love to use wire to manipulate where I put it, because it's like a little finger, teeny tiny. It's like you're working microscopically. And remember, if there's the part you can see, you're only going to see this little edge right here, because this is behind the flower. And I don't mean to keep stressing that, but you have to keep that in mind as you're designing this piece. Is the only thing that's going to peek out is going to be what is not being covered by that phlox. All right, so that looks pretty good to me. I just have I want one little more. This is sort of an asymmetrical design, so I want to have something popping out over here. And I'm thinking one more of the Queen Anne's lace will do it. And I have this one piece, I'll show it to you. One piece here that is a little bit more burgundy in nature. Camera sometimes doesn't focus when you get it really close. It's burgundy with a tint of blue. We're going to pop that in. Use my handy there we go. You can really see the burgundy now. Handy dandy copper wire to fiddle with it. And you want to make sure that that's pressed in the ink and the resin. There we go. We got the ink. The ink is actually already dry. Don't do these wet. Alcohol ink and UV resin do not mix extremely well. So I want you to be prepared for that. Make sure you dye your flowers first and have them completely dry. Otherwise, you're going to have problems. Okay, this is the next layer. We're going to seal that. And then we're going to come back and do another coat of the resin. And we're going to add a little sparkle to this.